Hi everybody, this is Shauna from shauna.plans on Instagram and here on YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how I make a charm using the kits from Pink Punch Studio. She has several kits in her shop. There's these basic, well, they're much less than basic, but these blingy charm kits with rhinestones. They come in gold, there's rose gold, and there's silver. I've already taken these files and I've made them into a Good Note sticker book. When you get them from the shop, they're individual PNGs, but I've put all of the charm kits that I've purchased into one sticker book. There's also these ones here that are pom-poms or pearls. So I want to make a charm that's going to match this pretty burgundy cover, and it's got a gold binding. So what I like to do is I like to build my charm on a totally clean page. This way I'm not fighting with all the different layers in Good Notes. The first thing I want to do is grab all of the different pieces that are gonna work for my colors and everything, and I'm gonna paste them onto my page. If I have them all handy in front of me, I can easily see what I've got to work with, and it can give me ideas. I do this for all my crafting. Whenever I do anything, I lay everything out around me and then pick to see which colors go best together. So we're gonna need some chains. We're gonna need a hook. And we're gonna need some bling because that's the whole point. I really like this rectangle. So let's use that. I think that should do it. I think I can make a pretty charm with all of this. So I'm gonna start with the biggest chain. I'm gonna put that in the middle, and then I'm gonna layer these other chains around it. I want them to be, each link to be about the same size, because in real life that's what would happen. And I'm going to overlap that top link as close to exactly as I can get it. Just going to zoom in. This one's small, so it's hard to move it around without accidentally grabbing those little handles and making it disproportionate. All right, so there's my chains all stacked on top of each other. I'm going to take this rhinestone and leave it nice and big, and I'm just going to cover up that bottom link with it so that it looks like that link is part of the rhinestone. So now I'm going to take some pom-poms. I think it needs to be a little bigger. And I'm just going to put that there. Now, because I pasted the pom-poms onto this page first, they're going behind my charms, and I don't really care for the look of it. I mean, it's not terrible. But if I were to cut it and paste it back on, that pom-pom's now the top layer. So I can go like this, and then to me that looks a little bit more realistic. Another thing you could do if you wanted, would be to take a piece like this, trying to think how I can make it work. Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to think of a way that we can make it so that it looks like there was a hook in that chain on the top with what we've got. But I guess it kind of works, right? Like, I guess what you could do, maybe instead of using another link, we could take our pen and get a nice dark red color and just color that over so that it kind of looks like it's linked in, where there's a thread holding. If you zoom in, you can see that it's not quite right, but from far away, it just looks like it's tied on to the pom-pom. So I'm just gonna undo that little bit of marker, and instead I'm just gonna paste this pom-pom and put it on top. I like it looking big and soft and fluffy. There we go. And we'll just move this over here, and again it's gonna go behind, and I want it on top. There we go. This hook also needs to be on top of everything, so I'm just going to cut and paste. And if you zoom into the hook, it kind of has some shading here that looks like those rings. So I just line that shading up with the rings, and it fits nicely right on top. So there we go. We've made a cute little charm. What we can do to even add to the realism here is we can select that hook, crop, and we want the freehand. There's rectangle crop or freehand crop. We want a freehand crop, and we're just going to take a little nick out of that hook, so there's a bit of an opening there. And now I'm going to grab this whole thing. I'm just going to copy. You could also cut, and I'm going to paste it here on this book. Now we need to be careful to not deselect it, because if we do, and now, oh, obviously I don't want it there, I need to move it. I have to move the whole book, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. So you can fiddle around with the layers if you want. You can grab these, and you can grab the book and move it aside, and grab the charm. I'm going to undo. It's still on my clipboard, so I'm just going to paste again. And I'm going to zoom in as much as I can here so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to line it up so that that little knit notch that I took out of the hook lines up over the ring. And now it looks like my little charm is hanging on the ring in my book. Now the fun thing with these charms is they're really versatile. You can do anything with them. So what I'm going to do, instead of using just the charm kit items, I'm going to take this kit. It's the fall floral kit, and it has some really pretty leaves on it. So I'm going to take this, actually, I think we'll do the maple leaf. So I'm going to take the maple leaf, and I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to paste that down. And I'm going to add this, instead of the gold pom-pom, I'm going to put the maple leaf on my little chain here. So let's just shape and angle it in a way that will look good. So I think that works. And now you can see the ring. We're going to have to put a notch in this ring just like we did with the hook. But we're also going to need to mess around with our layering. So let's, oops. So you can see the ring is going to kind of, we need to do a little notch maybe here or here just to show where it's going through the leaf. So let's crop this ring. And I think we'll do something like that. Let's see how that lines up for us. So if I put that there. Now I still need to change the layering so the chain is on top of this maple leaf. But I'm going to do that in a minute. First I want to get it all lined up perfectly. So I think that looks pretty good. Now you can see right here where this link is on top of the leaf, what I want to do is I want to take my highlighter and I'm going to select a dark gray color. I've already got a good one chosen. And you can change the size of your highlighter by using these little dots here. And even more, you can change the slider to make them bigger and smaller as well. So what I want to do is I want to put a shadow right about where that link is going to join. So now I'm going to take this link and not change the size of it. There we go. I'm going to drag it over to the side. I'm going to do a cut and a paste, and then I'm going to put it back on the leaf so that the one side lines up with the edge of the leaf and the other side lines up with that shadow that I made. As close as I can here. And then if you zoom out, it almost gives that look like the link is going through a hole in the leaf there. But because I changed the layering around, now this chain is on top. So I also need to do a cut and a paste on this hook and line it back up. So it's good to keep all of those little details in mind, and because that's what gives your chain more realism. So I think that's done. We've made a couple versions of chains, and you can use just about any sticker you want. These ones in Rochelle's kits that have the metallic edge do a really good job of becoming charms. So I will make sure to link the charm kits that I used in the fall floral kit in the description. Take a peek. If you have any questions, send me a note. I'll be happy to answer them. And that's what I've got for you today. So thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.